Hello and welcome back to the sports section. So Mauricio Pochettino has been announced as the new head coach for Chelsea. He will take charge July 1st, but day one has already started with Mauricio Pochettino, and unfortunately, for me personally, not a great start because according to Fabrizio Romano, Joao Felix will not stay at Chelsea next season. Pochettino has decided Joao returns to Atleti. We have been informed that Poch does not count on Joao Felix for Chelsea. He will return here, we'll see, with nothing planned, Atletico president has announced. Now, of course, I'm disappointed because I think that Felix is a huge talent. Maybe the price that they're asking is too much. I don't know what's going on there, but to me, it's a loss, right? Great talent. Maybe don't buy him, take him on loan for another year or so with an option to buy. I don't know, but not even considering him for next season, to me, is a mistake in my opinion. Of course, I don't run the club. I'm not Mauricio Pochettino. Maybe they'll come back for him another time. Remains to be seen. But in my opinion, there are other players that we should kick out of the club first before we touch on the Joao Felix aspect. Now, before we continue and talk about what's going to happen on day 1, day 2, day 3 with Pochettino, we have some other news. Chelsea has a new CEO. So Chelsea FC has appointed Chris Jurasek as its new chief executive officer. He said, "I'm delighted to be joining Chelsea, a club which is loved and followed all around the world. I'm enormously proud to be leading it into the new chapter in its rich history. We have huge opportunities to grow on and off the pitch and to engage our exceptional fans both in London and wherever they're supporting us from. I'm looking forward to working closely with our owners, leadership, and everybody around the club." Of course, he already knows the owners since he's a director or something like that at Clear Lake Capital. Now, I certainly hope that they're not turning Chelsea into some corporate business type of club, because that would be, well, pretty much destructive. Now, up next, Pochettino will come in at the beginning of July. What's his first order of business, let's call it? Well, in my opinion, he has to talk directly to the players that are maybe not comfortable at the club currently, that maybe have doubts of staying, leaving. Sort that out first. Talk to players like Ziyech, like Mount, like Pulisic, Ruben, maybe even Gallagher, Cucurella, Koulibaly, stuff like that. Figure that out. Maybe he's done that already, has already talked with the owners, because we know he's the head coach. He doesn't, in my opinion, won't really have that much of a say, which again is a shame. It's not the manager, it's the head coach. Big difference. Anyways, figure that out. Then sell or loan out the players. Reduce the size of the squad. That's of utmost importance. When we go to preseason, if you can go to preseason with this squad already reduced and maybe with already a couple of new players, great start. I know we've been linked with the guy from Sporting, Manuel Ugarte or something like that. Don't know if I pronounce it correctly. In my opinion, he's a very similar type of player as Paulinho from Fulham, I believe, which I think was also from Sporting. So putting him with Enzo could be interesting. I think having him, Enzo, and Kante, or him, Enzo, and Kovacic in midfield, in my opinion, is not a good idea, because then you have 3 spots, 3 players that aren't really known for their goal-scoring abilities. Let's be honest. I do not want to have another Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic type of midfield where you're taking up 3 spots already that could go to a more attacking type of players. Because remember, our big issue here is that we don't score goals. So if you put in 3 sort of defensive midfielders, right, because that's their main goal, you're already taking 1.5 spots away from a midfielder and attacker that is supposed to assist or score goals. Now, could we just go with Ugarte and Enzo as a 2 midfield like this? Could be, and then you put, I don't know, Gallagher or Sterling or Mount or Havertz up front, and Kunku, and maybe hopefully a new striker. And that way we could work our way towards maybe better performances in the next season. I don't know why, but we're not talking about Declan Rice anymore, which is a shame, because he should be also a very good option for us. We're also linked with Moses Caicedo from Brighton. I don't know if he's worth the price tag that they're asking. Probably not. Probably not. We've seen this already with Kukurea. We've seen this with every other player that we've bought recently. Just because the club is asking a tremendous amount of money for a player that is okay, that is good, doesn't mean you have to pay it. I'll say it again and again. Fofana, not worth half of the price we paid for him. Mudryk, not even worth 1/10 of the price we paid for him. Could have gone with Trossard, who would have probably been a much better option than buying Mudryk for a record fee and getting screwed over by his performances. But okay, we'll see what happens in preseason. We'll see what happens with Pochettino, if he can suddenly work his magic around Mudryk, or if maybe he will tell the owners, look, there's no point in having him here. Loan him out, sell him, I don't know. Can't work with him. Could be, remains to be seen. But overall, July 1st cannot come quickly enough. I want to see Pochettino at work. I want to see what he does with the squad. I want to see which player he keeps, which players he will be kicking out or selling or loaning out. We also have a couple of players on loan. Let's see what happens during preseason. Having a full preseason with your squad is of extreme importance. I do not want to see us again sign 5 players towards the end of the transfer window, because then again, you'll enter a new season of football with new players that have no clue what's going on at the club, that have no clue how you're playing, and it's really not how you want to start your Premier League season. I want to see those transfers being done very, very fast, very, very early. Again, we don't have to spend a lot of money. We don't have to bring tremendous amount of players. We have to kick out a tremendous amount of players, but bringing in probably 3 to 4 players tops. Striker, midfielder, maybe goalkeeper, and another defender. And that's about it. We're good to go. Of course, that's just my opinion. Do share your opinions down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.